Do you want to do your thing? We're live!
We're live! Hi, lovely.
Hello.
Cheryl here.
Sabina here. Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining us today in our live chats. Hashtag no filters. We were just doing a pussycat. Some maintenance.
We need to get out more.
Seriously, we do. Anyway, so just a little introduction. We are doing these live chats. Basically, it's just like two girlfriends talking to each other. It started with the lockdown, so something good came out of this because we were having these amazing conversations, like an hour or 2 hours long since the lockdown started. And hi, Adele. And yeah, I'm like, this is some like really good shit we are coming out with. You know, we need to share this with the world. So this is it. Yeah, sharing it with you guys. It's absolutely no filters. We have no filters. So it's sometimes like, you know, cringy and we might offend somebody, but we're okay with that. But there's some really good, you know, pearls of wisdom in all our chats. So hopefully some of the stuff which we talk about will help you on your journey as well. And whatever doesn't apply to you, just discard it. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
It's very much that kind of thing of like, there's no real truth in anything. I mean, just think about it. The whole of the world or human society is made up on an idea. Yeah. Completely fabricated. You know, like every rule, every societal structure, the concept of the fact that we give each other labels like a gender, a name, we create jobs, all of that's completely made up. So anything we say is our version of made up.
Yeah. Our perception of
how
things.
well. Yeah, in the moment, and that changes. So yeah, take it, throw it, do what you like.
Yeah.
And please do share. We've created a YouTube video as well, so hopefully this is streamed to YouTube as well at the same time. YouTube channel, sorry. But we'll post a link of that as well once this is finished in the comments. So for those who know people who prefer YouTube, please share that with them if you think they'll have a giggle at what we're doing and what we're about. That'd be really cool.
You can totally laugh at us. We're okay with that too.
Absolutely. And love us, because like right now I'm like loving myself, man. I've got a seriously cool tan from.
Oh my god, I was just saying, like, she looks like so delicious, like chocolate. This is how the licking started, basically. We should have like started before, like we're like, oh my god, you're so delicious. I just want to lick you. Look at her. Look at her.
I've got full length windows, right? And this is like the officey room, whatever. But it's right, right down there is our little side street where we live. And I was just standing up against it in my little t-shirt and my little panties. And my neighbour walks past. And he's like, "Hi, Cheryl." I'm like, "Hi."
Well,
and he's
you actually
like,
had panties on for a change.
Yeah, I like to walk around mostly with panties on because it's just easier than mopping up stuff afterwards. You know, just like, oh, fucking sludge trail everywhere. I'm house proud.
Love it.
Really house proud.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, let me see.
I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
You can jump in. I wanted to ask you, what is going on in your world? I know that you have like some changes going through, so.
Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? I've done this thing again. I'm really crap at trying to coordinate two devices. Yeah. Okay.
Multitasking.
What's going on in my world?
So
yeah, we actually spoke this morning. Just like a quick hi, how you doing? And I was like, yeah, there's like some stuff, so I might want to bring that. And it's really weird because the difference between 9 a.m. this morning and 5:30 at night, a lot can change.
Yeah, that is so true.
Right? So how often do we kind of get to that space of like, oh, I feel like this first thing in the morning, so I'm going to have to feel crappy or whatever it is for the rest of the day. And we hold on to that. When actually, you can change every moment. It sounds kind of like, oh yeah, sure. But really, you breathe in, you breathe out. Each moment you choose to get up or sit down, you really can. So what I did bring this morning is I said I felt really, I had two things going on. The awareness of how much I'm kind of looking to choose and create my life, very much as an experience of being in this lockdown. There's a lot of clarity about what I want to keep, what I'm letting go of, what I'm changing in my work. So that was kind of like, that's been evolving over the last few weeks. And then the other thing was around what I call CrayCrayAroundFood. And it was really up in my world. So CrayCray. Psycho.
Fucking mental.
So let's just go there for a little bit, shall we?
Yes.
So basically, for the last 7 years, I've been actively for the 7 years. I was really looking at the concept of food and do we really need it and what does it do in the body? And I experimented with basically eating raw, which means fruit and vegetables uncooked or fresh juices. Then I explored sort of water fasting. Then I started to really look at the concept of fasting as a whole, which actually means no digestion whatsoever. So actually, technically, no food or any liquid, but then liquids are needed to help flush through what the body releases during fasting, etc., etc. But in between those spells of what I call fasting that I do, I will then, have some foods. That could be on the weekend. It could be a few times in a week. It varies. The crazy bit is I can be really focused on something. What I noticed, like, for example, particularly yesterday, was I had some salad, I had some dates, I had some crisps, I had a little bit of cheese. But I found myself in some olives and like scuffing down a load of olives as if I was trying to get the last few in before the window closed of eating. And I was like, sometimes I can be so damn pleasant. And other times I'm just like this very big dog, right? And it's like, look, what's going on? And you think that we have choice, like what we actually pick up and put in our mouths. How pleasant are we? And also, what's behind that? Because I'm not going to starve. I fast, which means I don't eat for like 5 days at a time often.
So what was going on for you when you were stuffing your face?
There was that thing of, oh, I need to get the last bit of enjoyment out of this because I've been fasting again for 5 days or maybe even 21 days. I was like, I might do 3 weeks fasting and have a week where I kind of very lightly eat, in a month, like just amp it up a bit. And it's like, but you're not even enjoying it.
Hi, Janet. Hi, Janet. Nice to see
you.
Hi,
Janet. Thanks for joining us, darling. Yeah, I wasn't even enjoying it. And I was like,
it's just like psychological. Let's get as much in as you can before you can't again, right?
Yeah, and it's not as if I haven't known that before. That I know how that, you could call it the reptilian part of the brain, which is the basic brain that we share with reptiles that we started with, the heart rate, the breathing, the fundamental existence. And it's like, I'm not eating for nutrition. I'm not eating to survive. I know I can go months of fasting. When I say fasting, I say there's a protocol. So it's not just nothing. There's periods of complete nothing and periods of washing, flushing with liquid. So, just like, so it's not that. So maybe the reptilian part. I think it's also like, for example, yesterday I had a session with a client and particular session, and I said this about this before. I got off and it was a killer session, man. Just the feedback that the client gave me was just amazing to see what's changing their lives. And I came out and I was like, oh, okay. And I went for a date. A date. This is not like the good or the bad food, but a date. And
is it like a reward for doing a little good job? Yeah, the reward.
Like a fucking dog.
Good girl and
good doggy. Sit down. Get a treat.
Good job. Help somebody. Let's have a little treat.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck, we're just animal. I mean, with that, and I'm somebody that's really actively into that awareness stuff. I'm like, oh my God, good child. I'm like, and I suddenly had the thought, where is it that we can't just be present? Well, where was I not being really just to be present with the energy? It's like the energy was so cool. I wanted to celebrate. What stopped me just being present with that energy versus I need to get a higher hit? Or a higher hit, or what I thought was a higher hit, right? Because I was already feeling like, whoa, do you have a dopamine rush?
Oh my God, you're so cute.
Thank you.
I adore you.
Thank you.
You can just see the excitement in you, And you're telling me that I'm like a puppy? Like, seriously? Look at yourself, okay?
Takes one to know one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little Labrador, Andrex puppy, Labrador that's recently joined the neighborhood. And it's humans. I mean, it's ridiculous. This thing's like tiny. And it takes its human out for a walk a few yards. Then it's already decided it doesn't want to go any further than a few yards from its house. And they're like, come on, and try to give it a treat. I'm like, shit, you are never going to train that dog. The dog is totally owning you. Like, you're human, like 20 times the size. I'm like, I'm the fucking index
Because
cracker.
it's
I'm
so
like,
cute. Yeah. It knows it.
it just goes, too much effort. Give me a date.
Yeah.
I laughed at it, and now I've
That's so
become it.
funny.
You know.
Yeah.
But I had the analogy, like you hear about celebrities, let's say, it could be somebody who performs on stage, like a singer or musician of some sort, and that they end up doing drugs or having like hiring somebody for sex or having these wild parties. And I'm like, I get it. They're on stage, they get this euphoria, but it's not. They need a next hit of it, and so they go to the next level, the next level. And so
My God, I
I'm not
never
saying
thought about it that way.
yeah,
Yeah, that's totally what's going on, isn't it?
yeah,
Just keep them high all the time.
and that the high isn't enough. That there's an experiment they did with rats. I think it was pretty sure it was rats. And they basically enabled them to press a little button or whatever, and they'd get a hit of, well, effectively cocaine. I think sure it was cocaine. And these fucking rats killed themselves because they were like, next hit, next hit, next hit, next hit. I'm like,
give me more of that good shit, huh?
So, like,
So how
where
do you
like we
change it?
can,
Like when you're aware that okay, this is what's happening. Again, it's all about awareness, being in the present moment, isn't it?
yeah, and
Then
how
you can
easy it is
actually
to override
stop.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So another experiment I've been doing, which is kind of ties into that idea of what I want to create going forward. So one of the things I had to spin about 2 weeks ago was that I've noticed slowly but surely the use of devices is creeping into my life more, a bit more time on the phone, a bit more checking Facebook, And it was pretty minimal, but it was creeping up. I was like, you know what? I'm starting to become a slave to this thing. I mean, being a bit dramatic, but it pings. Often if my phone pings, I kind of would leave it unless it's during what I call real work time. So before the lockdown, because I was doing a lot of acting and modelling, if my phone pinged with an email, it was a good chance it could be an agent saying, am I available for a job? So I would look and respond to that. But during the lockdown, that's not happening. And coaching clients we've got a schedule. So it could be them, but it's not immediate. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just take out all distractions. I'm going to look at my phone. I'm not going to put any music on. I'm not going to read a book. I'm basically not going to put my attention elsewhere in the core working hours, sort of 9 to 5, as a general window. If my phone rings, I'll pick it up. But other than that, it can wait. Or maybe 1 o'clock, I might do a quick tap button to see if there's an email that's Summit key from my agent, which is still occasionally coming through. If there is, I'll respond. If not, I'll just leave the whole lot. Damn. The first few days, I could feel, I didn't go over to the phone, but I felt this pull every now and then. I'd feel this to go to the phone. I'd be like,
yeah.
What is, for what? What am I going for? Little shoot up?
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. I mean, how's that work? How's that in your world?
Oh my God, like so I get so overwhelmed with it because I need to use it for my work. So I'm pretty much on it all the time. And right now everything is online so much more as well. So I feel a little bit like I seriously need to spend time in nature every single day just to ground myself to get away from technology. And I started doing at least once a month, like a day when I have like no technology at all. I don't switch the phone on. I don't switch TV on or anything, my laptop on. And in those days, it just comes up like how many times you reach for the phone, like you said, like for nothing, absolutely nothing. Oh, and then you start to be more aware as well in those times which you do have the phone on. Like how many times actually you pick it up and just look at it, just like it didn't ping or anything. You just like looking at it. I'm like, why am I looking at that thing? Like, it's crazy. It's literally just all the time. Likes on Insta, whatever. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Peter's on there. Hi, darling. Yeah,
It's
just
just
like
an
looking to look
addiction,
at
isn't it? Yeah, just for
addiction.
this, it's addiction. It's total addiction because we are so used to it. Looking at Instagram, most of the time, like you just scroll mindlessly. It's a waste of time. So yeah, I'm working on that as well.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
And tell you what I noticed though, because it is that little dopamine hit, whether it's just to feel connected to something or see a like or see whatever it is, that having taken that out, And I was probably on Facebook about 40 minutes a day, half an hour to 40 minutes. So not massive amount anyway.
Mm.
But, you know, it might be checking email. It might have been before watching a YouTube video. I'm quite geeky into exploring things. So often could be labeled learning. But even that can be a distraction, right?
Yeah.
So, I noticed massively when I again pick up my phone. Go on, what have you got?
Oh, just like that reminded me, like the learning and stuff as well. I found that overwhelming as well because I do a lot of that, like self-development, listening to lots of different like videos and podcasts and stuff. And I'm so like, it can get too much as well because you don't have time to integrate all that if you keep on bombarding yourself with shit. So it's like you actually need some time to just be.
Yeah.
And just be. Switch it all off.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I noticed in that context then is that when I did then pick up my phone, and I might look at Facebook for like 5 minutes and I'm bored. Like it's completely just in the first couple of days of having that space, suddenly it was like it didn't have the hold. And it was like, oh my God, I've just freed up a whole heap of time. And I didn't have the desire, I've hardly had the desire to read. I mean, I've not read pretty much in the lockdown. I've hardly listened to it. I've did 2 courses. One was a month long, but it was like 2 classes a week. So like an hour, and there were a couple extra bonuses. I like that was almost too much. I was like, oh my crying out loud, I just need the space. And I'm much more present with everything.
That's awesome.
What do you notice? Thank you. What do you notice when you don't have your device on for that day?
That is actually a really good point, that you're more present. I feel like that happens as well because when I'm using the phones and stuff, it almost like your whole head is too muffled in a way to think clearly. I find it really overwhelming. And it's almost like when you don't have the device on, it's almost like you have more space and clarity.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel lighter.
Because there's not that pull, that incessant pull to be like, oh my God, I tell you what came into my mind this morning in trying to work out where that food thing was. Junk food for the brain. Yeah, absolutely, Janet. Yeah. And that's a really good point because what I suddenly realized this morning was like, oh my God, whether it's the food or which I'm not necessarily enjoying in that moment or looking online, I'm like, I'm basically pimping myself out for a hit.
Yeah.
And I was like, because my main thing is like to be free. I've always desired to be free, and that means lots of things to me, but fundamentally not to be the effect of the world around me. Be aware of it, but not at the effect. So not controlled by it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm pimping out my body for a hit of something, which actually isn't even that cool. Like in a day, I can look at the food I've eaten and go, actually, I only really enjoyed that little bit. I'm like, oh my God, I ate all that. I pimped me out for that. Or pimped me out for scrolling. I'm like,
So what would it take, right, to make that choice? Like when you stop enjoying something to actually stop?
Well, now that I've got the connection with the concept of pimping, which came for me this morning, I'm like, for someone who loves to be free, that ain't cool.
Like, no.
So that's, I'm like, no. So we've all got to find our own mechanism, our own, like, for example, I'll use different phrases with clients, or I'll explain things in different ways, at different times. And one thing will resonate with them. And so find your own version. What makes you go, fuck, I ain't doing that? So for me, the idea of pimping me out, which means if somebody's a pimp for me, it means they've got control of me. I'm not good at being controlled. So I'm like, okay, I ain't pimping my shit out for like, I don't know, that bit of cheap shit. And it might not be cheap shit food. It might be good quality food, but it's still pimping me out for a hit, which really I don't. I'm not really getting anything from. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, it's not worth it. So I'm experimenting with that right now. That's like I'll be working with that for the next couple of weeks, whatever it is.
That's really
to get
cool.
enough of awareness with it before I move on to integrate it. What would it be for you?
For me, my biggest challenge at the moment is to take time for myself. Always been a struggle.
Tracy.
Hi.
Tracy joined us. Yeah, taking time for yourself.
Taking time for myself. Because I tend to overdo it. Like I'm like naturally giving, and I'm like I love helping people, and I absolutely adore my job. But I'm a workaholic.
Ah.
I'm a workaholic, and it was
Does that mean
because
you're
I
a
love
slave?
my job. No, it means because I love my job, it doesn't feel like a job, but it
So
still
why is
is.
that?
And
So
then I can.
why? Go on, sorry,
Sorry.
darling. Please.
So yeah, so I end up working like even every day. There's something that I do or think about, like how to, I'm just constantly thinking about like how to create new classes, how to help others and stuff like that, and like how to make things better. And you're kind of in that working mode all the time, even though it's like super fun and lovely. It's like the brain needs, like you said, to just be as well and recharge
Ah,
and like regain that energy. Spend
right.
time with nature, just like you said, like switch off all the devices and everything, and actually just, okay, this is the time for myself, not to think about others and how
Mm.
to help others, but about regaining some strength, my own practice, my time in nature, just being. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the balance needs to be there. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think I find it hard as well because I get quite hyper all the time. I'm like
Mm.
creative all the time and stuff. And then I don't realize when I'm overdoing it, and then I crash down.
Ah, so you go
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Right, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you hit those tired bits, is it like you don't want to do anything, or is it you would still like to keep going? Is it like an enforced you can't do anything?
It
What
forces
is
me not to
that?
do it. I can't do anything, literally. Literally crash down.
Yeah.
It's like a duvet day kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much do we do that? I used to. Yeah. How much do we do that? Like we push, 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 push. In whatever aspect of our lives it is.
Hmm.
Taking care of kids, taking care of partners, pushing at work, training, physical training. How much do we keep? Just another bit, just another bit. And when we've
Yeah.
already got this, we already know there's whispers, but because
Yeah.
we're busy,
Oh,
busy,
yeah.
busy, busy, we
So
can
busy all
try
the
and
time.
pretend we don't hear them. And that's
Mm.
another thing about the devices or making space in our day. That when there's space, it's a lot easier to hear those calls, but also it's
Yes.
harder to ignore them and distract ourselves
Yeah.
thinking, oh, it doesn't matter. So how many people say they haven't got time, but actually not all they're doing, that's not fair. How many people say they haven't got time, but actually they're just pushing themselves to be busy all the time, and actually,
Yes. You can make time.
and you can clear out
You
goes
can
back to the
always
beginning of
make
what we
time.
chatted, yeah, about
It's
that,
just
what's
making
really
that
important.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah, the choice of being like really, really fucking clear about what you value, what's really important.
Janet is asking, is isolation creating a need for us to fill our time?
Is
Um,
it Janet? Is it Janet? Is it? What do you know?
because,
What is it for you?
mm, yeah, for me, it doesn't actually. I'm like this all the time. This is the thing
Right.
which I've been working with. So I don't think it's changed for me, the isolation, that much, to be honest.
Mm,
At the beginning, it was more that I had more time and I did have the time for myself. But like right now, I got into the working again. More people need help at this time, so I got quite busy, and I forgot to schedule those times for myself to recharge every
yeah.
single day. So
Yeah.
that's what I need to. I need to make the choice of at least a couple of other hours a day for myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Janet says sometimes, right? There's a need to fill the time. And I
Yes.
think there's sometimes that feeling, obviously I'm not speaking for you specifically, Janet, but generally that desire or need to sometimes fill our time as opposed to we don't want to be present, whatever's coming up. Or we're so
Mm.
used to having a distraction that, yeah, familiar routine, but also that
Yeah.
sense of we need to feel that we're valuable. Because how much as kids did we get told, go do
Oh.
something? But you had to be busy. You had to be. I mean, kids today do
Yeah.
so much stuff. It's insane.
Oh my God, it's
Activity
so
clubs.
insane.
Was a kid when I
Oh
was a
my
kid,
God,
you'd go out and play, you'd come home, do your homework. Like you might
we
tidy
we had
up.
the times, like what I was telling you about the art of doing fuck all. Like when you're a
Mm,
kid and you just sit on a step with a stick staring into nothing. Like, that's so amazing.
And it's
And
so
like,
rare now.
so rare. Nobody knows how to do it anymore. We teach the kids how to be busy, how to fill their time all the time.
And if it's
They don't
not
have time.
physically running around, which kids don't tend to do so much now, it's on their phones, right? I mean, the amount of people
Yeah.
I've seen so many people out, because where I live has got lots of green around me, woodlands, farmer's field. And so there's lots of green. And I see people out, I've seen people out on their push bikes with their phone in their hand. Mostly, not to be
Really?
fair, I mostly see people with their phone out. They could be walking the dog, they've got a phone. They could be walking the baby, they've got a phone. They're walking as a couple, they've each got a phone. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow, you're not even present.
that
I
is
mean,
so
not to make
sad.
it right or wrong, but just like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not quite, but sometimes I feel like there's zombies around me because they're not. There's also a lot of people without it, to be fair, here as well. But it's very noticeable when I see that. I'm like, what's the point of going out? I might as well stay home because you're not
Yeah.
actually looking at anything. Okay, I mean, maybe you're working, so you're taking a work break in the sunshine. I mean, each their own. It's just, there used to be days we didn't go out with phones. We didn't have phones. We just
We
went out.
didn't. We had like one of those dial phones when I was growing up. And like, or we just like went around friends' house, like knock on the door. Hey, do you want to come out with me?
Yeah, we got
Do
it.
you remember those times?
That's
Like,
so
you love it.
cool.
And if they weren't home, like they weren't home, they go to try another friend.
Yeah, it's mad. I remember.
Oh my god, I
That's
miss
so
those
cool.
times.
But as adults, have you ever done that as an adult? Just turned up on somebody's front doorstep?
No.
You need to do it. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done.
Have
I do it
you?
every.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And
That is
both
so
times.
cool.
Once was one was in. I was near a girlfriend's. I was doing some photography stuff, and I was like, oh, I know she lives near here. I knew it was around the corner.
Simon.
Thanks, Simon.
Thanks,
Um,
Simon.
and I just literally, I don't know what day it was, Saturday morning or whatever it was, and I just
Yeah.
thought, what's the worst that can happen? She's not in, or not the worst, or she'll say I'm busy. So I just parked up, knocked on the
Yeah.
door,
Love it.
hi girlfriend. She's like, oh, Cheryl, come here. It was the best time. I got to hang out with her,
Really?
a hubby, the two kids. We went over the park, we played ball. It was like, no, oh my God, we're so pleased because they're like, sometimes we want to do this, but we always think, oh no, it might be inconvenient to somebody. I said, well,
Yeah, that's what I always
but
think. Like, oh, everybody likes to know, like, in
but was
advance
it
and stuff like
true?
that.
Because we've just had the most amazing time.
No,
They said, no, it's not. We've just shown it's not. I'm like, cool.
I freaking
Another
love
one I
that.
did, we did in Spain. We were over in Spain and we were near some friends and we had their address. We kind of wandered
Yeah.
around, couldn't find it, rang them, couldn't get through. I was like, oh fuck. Just walk back to the car and for some reason I turned around and there was the hubby. And I'm
Ah!
like, hi, and he's like, Cheryl, yeah, John, yes, what are you
Oh,
doing here?
that's so random.
We're in Spain. We just thought we'd drop by and see you in.
Oh, I love
3 hours
that.
later, 4 hours later, people love it.
That is so cool. I'm gonna start doing that actually. Because I really miss that. Like, even like I had a friend which was like living across the road, and then we would come to each other's flat and, like, in the morning in our gym jams with a cup of coffee. I was like, hey, do
Oh
you
my
want
God,
to
that's
chat?
so
Like,
cute.
it was so good. It was so good.
That is so cool. I
People
forgot.
going, yeah, go
Did you
on.
go to uni?
I
Did you go
didn't
to
know.
uni? Oh,
No.
so at uni, if you were like in a hall of residence, which meant you shared sort of like
Yeah.
flats, you'd have your own little bedrooms. You would just wander back and forth to different people's rooms. You had your mates, but you'd go knock on their
Yeah.
door. Their doors would be open, and you just wander in and sit
Yeah.
down, have a chat, or whatever
Oh,
it is, and then
that's
you'd wander off.
cool.
It's not the
Love
coolest
it.
thing.
Why do people not do that anymore?
Well, that's the old school, isn't it? People used to leave the front doors open,
Yeah.
and then you go past,
Yeah.
you'd say
To be
morning,
honest,
or
I do. I do. I have this glass
ah,
door. You remember when my flat is like, I have it open all the time.
yeah.
The neighbors' kids wandering in all the time.
Really?
Gina, can we look at you? No. Where's
Oh, that is
Gigi?
so cool. That's so cool. Love that. That thing of being
So funny.
spontaneous, that childlike. As children, we never questioned about whether we literally asked if we could go out to play, but once we were out, we would totally go up to somebody we didn't know and like just chat to
Yeah.
them and start playing. Or once we knew where they lived, go knock on their door. Once we knew where they lived, that
Yeah.
was it. All bets were off, and we just go knock on it.
I love it.
We stalked other kids, right?
Stalked other kids. Oh, I remember I used to go to one of my our neighbors. He had lots of cats, so I always go there if I can play with the cats.
Careful, that sounds really dodgy. He had lots of cats.
No, they
Of course
kids as
he
well.
did.
They were like, they were no,
I've seen my
it's not like
pussies.
that. Ew. What's wrong with you? We didn't know
No.
everybody, okay? I live in a small town. My
Yes,
parents always knew
girlfriend.
where I was.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, come back.
It's so funny.
So
But
now
yeah, let's do more of this, right? Or how about even just talking to each other on the tube? Like that's a big
you
one
just
as
make
well.
it's a radical jump from lockdown and like just spending time without devices. Now we're on the tube with
On
people
the
that will be
tube.
wearing masks.
Let's talk about that actually as well.
Go
Because
on.
I'm like, because half of the people there would be like, totally like they can't wait for this to be over. But a lot of people are still like living in so much fear. Like what is it that they're even scared to talk to somebody?
So we
Like as if you
mean
can catch it from like, for example, I would go for a walk and I'm like, hi to everybody, like you can still like, keep your distance, 2 meters, do the physical distancing, whatever. But you can still say hello, right? Like you're not gonna catch it from hello.
that's too extreme.
And
Adele saying it's too
and some
extreme.
and
Was
some
that saying
people are like,
hello?
and some people are like, holy fuck, did she just say hello to me? Like what you can see the thought process and like, do not make eye contact. She's crazy. Not like they would literally look away.
So, okay, so I've got this like little theory that people who were kind of in that slightly more don't want to connect kind of space before the lockdown are now a more extreme version of that.
Mm.
Those who were quite happy, puppy-like to say hi, are now even more puppy-like hi. Do you know anybody like that?
No. Who are you talking about? Give
And
me
then
an
those who
example.
nobody, I've never met anybody like that. And then you've got those who are
Me
kind of
neither.
like, just, sometimes they'll say hi, and sometimes we're in those space, and so they're the ones that sometimes are like, a little bit more cautious, but they're still kind of reaching out. And to me, those three general things are still very much. There are those people like, don't look at me, ever look at me, because you will kill me with your gaze. And I'm like, girlfriend, boyfriend, if I wanted to kill you, you'd know about it.
Psycho.
All 5'2.5" of me. Yeah.
I wouldn't
We've
fuck
had
with
this
you,
conversation
seriously.
before.
Even though like
Yeah.
seriously like half the size of me, I wouldn't fuck with you.
Fucker. Off the side. Girlfriend, you would if you had the chance.
And that's why, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but not the other way, not the.
Not the other way. No. Yeah. This is the way I'm talking about. Janet, puppy.
There's like a fox here, but it's because I'm probably half blind.
These sons need to go to Specsavers.
I'm gonna say it's like a focus.
Focus. What were we talking about before?
People connecting with people when we like during this time.
Yeah.
So to me, there's been so many people who really are reaching out to like hi, and it's been really beautiful. So many people I've passed that's like hi, because there's that wanting. People really do naturally. Those who are open enough to want to go there want to connect. So of course, we're physically distant. I'm noticing that they're more exuberant.
Yeah.
And then the ones who are more like anxious, the very, very extreme anxious, are more ultra.
Yeah. It's just really sad, isn't it? Like I'm just thinking like how it's gonna be like forward when this is all gonna come to an end, like and the lockdown will.
What will you choose? Because there are so many different views about what could happen. I mean, there's
I
how
keep
many
forgetting
things
we
have
are
we
in the
all
middle
heard?
of pandemic. Yeah.
So
I keep
this kind
forgetting.
of ties into how we're creating our lives. So how are we creating our lives in this time to go forward? So, for example, some people, there's been stories about some people going, oh, we're getting pulled off furlough. We don't want to go back to work. We want to stay working from home.
Oh,
It's starting to
yeah,
bubble up
true.
because we've had a week,
Yeah.
right, of people being able to go back to work. It's like, well, if there's something you really value about working from home, what can you set up in your life? What's it showing you? Is it showing you don't want to be in this industry? You don't want to be in that particular job? You need to stand up for yourself and ask what you want. Like,
what are you going to choose, right? You have the choice. That's what we were talking about earlier as well. Like, it's all about the choice. People don't realize that they have a choice. If something wasn't working for you before the lockdown, now you have the choice to make a different one. If you didn't like your job, or if the working from home is really, really great for you and you enjoyed it, why not make a different choice and make that work continuously?
yeah, and it's just bring that, like, tying that down to like what I call real life steps. People like, some people might be, yeah, but I'm employed and my boss has got control over my job, and it's like, well, if you look at it, somebody said let's shut the whole world down not so long ago. So it's like totally true. You know, it's like there are ways of manipulating situations, as in the ability to be masterful in terms of how you shape them. So if working from home really works for you, and they're like, you need to come back to work, and you need to say to them, well, actually, right now, I don't have the childcare, and we know they're not back at school, for example, so I've got to stay home. Or actually, you know what, I can come in on 1 day a week. What day would you like me in? Because we've already proven we can work from home. Like, the whole world is pretty much, that was working from home, of course, has already proven that it can. And there are industries, I know, there's some clients I've got there, and they're massive, big names. Their companies are going, well, actually, we've proven we can do it from home. We may not even bother sending you guys back to the building.
Yeah.
As in, you know, maybe get your stuff, but we might not keep this building anymore. So, but also, it's not even just about that specific. It's more like, for example, you know, I was doing what most people might do, is that they do their work, whatever their work is in their day, you know, 9 to 5. I know we all don't work 9 to 5, but you get the concept. And I was like, I don't want to be stuck in front of my laptop. Not that I do much laptop stuff, but reading, churning, whatever during the day. So I'm going to start doing that about 5:30 at night. Now, of course, I've got my specific industry is very different to many people that get that. But I'm like, well, but we've all got admin to do. So I'm like, no, I'm going to shove that to the end of the day. And in the day, I'm just going to pull around, do whatever. I'm going to go for a walk, and we might do a bit of shopping. I'm going to just stand up on my balcony and gaze at the sun. I mean, really simple.
Yeah.
Just being
so you do 9
to
5 not working.
That's what I've created.
Basically.
That's what I'm creating. Yeah.
Awesome.
That wasn't how it was pre-lockdown, by the way, because I would be like responding to acting jobs or going to auditions or doing a shoot. But the coaching thing came back online beginning of the year, and I wasn't expected to coach again really formally. I'd done it over many years and was doing it ad hoc. But it opened up because somebody recommended me to somebody, and then they've had amazing results and they're loving working with me, so they've recommended to somebody they know, and it's like, oh my God, and they're both asking, saying that you need to coach more. And I'm like, oh, I can pivot here. The lockdown's giving me an opportunity to go, change. And I'm like, oh my God, I can coach. I typically coach on a weekend, like on a Sunday, maybe a couple of evenings of the week. I'm like, oh my God, I can change my whole lifestyle if I put energy into building this up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome.
So
opportunity.
It's having that opportunity, not getting stuck on what we think. Because I thought I was going to go down a particular path, and now it's like, something opened up when I said yes to it, and that opened something else up. So it's not necessarily what we think it's going to be. I hadn't planned this, but it's presented itself, and it's fun, and it's easy, and it's a beautiful gift because they're changing in ways that they've not had for years or forever, and it's like, oh my God. So what in your life have you bubbled up, or you're aware that isn't quite what you want it to be? What's changing, or what's presenting itself to you right now that you weren't thinking about? But now you're like, oh my God, I have an awareness of this, that I might like this more. Or it could be you spend the first 2 hours of the day going for a walk instead of straight to your phone. Yeah, whatever it is for you. What is it? I mean, what is it for you, girlfriend? What have you noticed that you're like, yeah?
For me, well, definitely, as I said, with the more time for myself, I pretty much like my job and everything as it is, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm doing what I love.
Damn, that's sorry. So boring. Hi,
I
Paul. Thank you for
know.
sharing the stream. Welcome.
Yeah. I really, really freaking love my job. I have no complaints.
Yeah.
No. Sorry to
It's not even just
disappoint.
about a job, is it? It's not even about a job. It's just like you said earlier about the balance of just like go, go, go,
Yes.
go, go with
Okay.
work. So that awareness,
Mm-hmm.
despite most of the world being locked down, you're fucking going like a crazy bitch.
Yeah, I know.
So like, what's that about? Because, and then,
But I'm aware of that again. I can make a different choice. Now I'm
yeah,
choosing to spend time for myself. Even though I have messages, I choose not to reply to them and reply to them at the allocated time.
yes.
Because,
Because like if you
that's
died tomorrow,
certain
those
time.
messages wouldn't get responded to, would they? If you died,
Yeah.
no one's so
Yeah.
like they're not life threatening or life
No,
giving. It's
they
nice to
will
reply,
wait.
but that's all. Yeah.
Yeah. They will wait. Yeah.
And somebody
Yeah.
desperately wants you, like really, really needs you. Old school, they'll actually ring.
Oh my God. Are you
Shocking.
serious? Like,
Dring,
shocking. Like,
dring, dring,
people still
dring.
do that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, turn up at somebody's door, which is a bit stalkery, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Stalker. We're okay with that. Everybody knows we are stalkers, right? And we are weird. So, like, so what?
They're the best stalker you can
Love
be. If
it.
you're going to be stalked, be
Yeah.
the best stalker and like flip it on them. But
Coming
yeah,
back to what you're saying as well, like, sometimes when people have such, like, are so fixed on a certain path, they might not be seeing the other opportunities. So maybe just like stop and would invite everybody to just think like, is this really what I want to do? Is this what I have to do? Or
yeah,
are there other options?
yeah.
Would there be
And
something
being
else which
willing.
would be more fun? And as well, when you make the choice
Yeah.
that you want to change, that's what I actually want to go into. When you make that choice within you, like, okay, this is not working for me. I want change. And just like the opportunities I'm looking at, I know like you don't like this wishy-washy hippie shit, but I'm so into it. And I'm gonna throw it out there. The universe will fucking show you something. And it'll be just like,
Hippie
once you make the
shit.
choice within you, hippie shit, yeah, fucking bring it, unicorn powers. Unicorn level magic shit. This is what I
Wait,
call
is
it.
it, I can't remember unicorn horn. I don't know.
When you make the choice that you would like a change, you had enough of the whatever what wasn't working for you. All of a sudden, opportunity comes your way, and if you are open to it, you will see it. And when you say, for example, okay, if you talking normal, like normal people, you decide to make a change and you start doing your research, what other options are, and something will just pop up at you. This is what I'm talking about. And like,
Yeah,
okay, let's make this choice. Let's see what happens.
yeah.
Just look, you're opening yourself up to
Literally,
other.
if you think about it, yeah, there's
Yeah.
in 24 hours, I mean, let's say people sleep for 8, 9 hours, whatever, that leaves you 15 hours a day and 60 minutes, that's 900 minutes. And with 900 minutes, you've got another 60 seconds per minute. There's lots of choices we make.
Hello.
Even if we do it on a minute by minute basis, it's 900 choices. It's like,
Yeah.
and most people go, oh no, we haven't got any time. No, you have it. So all that time we spend on our phone, or all that time we're just faffing about, for fuck's sake.
That's what
Haven't
it is.
taken out a lot of that, let's say, looking at a phone or distracting ourselves, doing something, you suddenly realize how much time there is and how still you can become. And then, it's like that, the concept of daydreaming. As kids, there was always stuff coming through. But even if it's not about thinking about what you want, it's just more a case of just letting everything calm down. Because that's rejuvenating in itself.
It
And then maybe
is.
some of the things we think are rejuvenating, the reaching for something from the fridge, the having to go for a long run to feel like we're energized or whatever, or the distractions, maybe they become less important and they fall, well, you might notice they start to fall away. All of the external stimulus we thought we needed to have a good time in life, it might become less valuable because there's that stillness in you or in us that actually is what we're really looking for. Like if you stand on, like I stand out on my balcony and I look at the sun early in the morning, I go out and the air is so fresh. It's like my body's like, as it comes in. It's so invigorating. It's just so, there was nothing more potent. I can't even put it into words. It's so potent, so palpable.
That's amazing.
I'm like, oh my God. there's nothing in my home that I mean, my home is lovely, but there's nothing that matches that energy. It's just there's no amount of food, no amount of shopping. Not that any of these things are particularly valuable to me, but they are to a degree. There's no stuff that's going to match that. And maybe because it never really has for me, it's easy for me. But there'll be something for you. There'll be your own version. What is that? You know, if you get quiet enough.
Yeah.
And then we're not running after things we think are valuable, which completely changes our lives. And then that changes maybe how much we have to work, or how much we do work, or the type of work we do, or that the whole life structure changes.
Don't you find as well, like when you find that time and that stillness, it changes from, oh, I don't have time, actually realizing, yeah, I do have time, and it created more time. Wait a minute, what's going on? Because your head is clearer, you're calmer, you're naturally more productive, naturally more creative, and everything just flows so easily. So actually, when you do sit down for your work, it just flows, and it's just like you're so much more productive. I don't know, that I'm talking from my own experience. That happens when actually, you know, when I take the time for myself, work is just like super easy. It's like done in a few seconds, you know.
And those of us that's spot on, girlfriend.
Rather than if you go into the, oh my god, I don't have time, I need to do this, and this, you get into or you know, and that energy, and then you're supposed to sit down and like create a lesson plan. I'm like, oh, but this is not flowing, and you're thinking about it like freaking 2 hours, and like this, it doesn't feel right. And then, okay, how about I just like go for a walk, clear my head, and then, you know, do my own practice. And then you're just like, this is lovely. And it just happens like naturally, like without even having to try hard.
You just really spoke to something there that, so with a particular client recently, they had like loads of stuff to get done in that day. And I said, there's a phrase that another coach, a guy called Rich Litvin, uses, which is slow down to speed up. When I first started to hear it, I was like, yeah, I kind of get that. But I started to put it into practice even more. It's like, oh my God, literally, when you become that much more present, you know, how many of us have knocked something over on the way out of the house, caught a coat in the door, smashed the cup on the floor, get caught in traffic because we're like, but when we like just chill out, like take a pause, chill out. Like I've been doing this with my partner. I always mention my partner. It's an interesting theme. I guess it's the person I spend most time with at the moment, funnily enough. Like the smallest things. So I'm very quick to I don't know, keep things very tidy. It's just what I'm about. He's a bit more relaxed. He's very tidy, but he's a lot more relaxed, and that is more his pace. It's slower. So what I've noticed myself doing is that giving a minimum of 10, if not 20 seconds before I open my mouth. So for example, if I'm going to wipe something down on the top or to pick up a cup, I'll just do it. But knowing that he'll do it slower, or that he's left it there for a moment, let's say, because he does the cooking in the week for himself, and then I might cook at the weekend if we eat together. If I see something on the top that he's missed, I'm like, shut your mouth, Cheryl. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I stay silent. I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'm guessing it's about 20 seconds. And in about 20 seconds, he'll then do it. Had I just gone, get it done quickly, right? Speedy. I'd have bitched, moaned at him, which is not cool. I don't like bitch moaning shit. Not cool. I'm not into the nagging thing. But I'd have done that. And then he'd have gone, chill out. And it would have been, and how many people do that?
Unnecessary tension.
So I shut my mouth, give a pause, and I've been observing myself so much throughout like the days of doing that, and it's so powerful that I've saved hundreds. I'm not joking. In 50 odd days of so-called lockdown. If you think about it, if you do it 3 or 4 times a day, it's 200. I've done it more than that. Seriously, there must be 400 or 500 times, you know, of not saying something, and it's been taken care of anyway. I'm like, oh, that's really valuable.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Pause, slow down. And now I slow it down, and I'll say it in my head like, oh, put the cup in the dishwasher. I say it in my head, and he does it.
Psychic powers. That's telepathy for you, man.
So
skills.
Cool. And we've all got them, people.
Yeah. So next time, like I'm staring at you really, really intensely, like I'm like putting things in your head. Like I
That won't work on me because I'm like too super magi.
super cool.
But you know,
When did I master to another right?
bring it on, girl. Let's
It
see.
doesn't
Let's
work on
play.
me. Let's
But
seriously try
seriously,
that.
yeah, seriously, just give that when you want to go. And that's the thing about present with yourself. You know, it's like a lot of the time we talked about it last week about puking up on others. That whole, or the week before, we kind of like have stuff come up in our world and we're not present enough with it to just let it chill out or process it, and so we vomit it on somebody else with our perspective, and then that causes friction for them, and then they vomit on somebody, just chain of fucking vomit going around the world of people like
projectile vomiting everybody,
project.
the whole world. It's such a pretty sight. Like, seriously, I have a
That's what
very
we're gonna-
vivid imagination. Don't do this shit to me, seriously. What more?
Absolutely, but that's what it becomes, you know. So if we don't kind of
Yeah,
stay
it
with
does.
our stuff and stop that chain, it's like how many people, for example, with that thing of like pimping myself out with food, which now I'm saying it sounds insane. I can wake up the next day, which I often do, and then I have like basically like a food hangover because my body's just it's so affects my body, and I just feel like crap. And so I've learned when I do that not to open my mouth to John. I'll say the bear, good morning. He'll always come out and give me a hug and like a little kiss, whatever. And then I keep quiet because basically I'm feeling a bit rough, but I don't want to put it on him. So I kind of stay until I've had an enema or whatever and cleared it out, and then I feel kind of human again.
Yeah.
I'm like, because how many people get up in the morning grumpy,
Oh my
whatever's
God.
going on in the world, choice they've made the day before, there's a whole heap behind that. Then they like throw it and then they snap at the partner. So the partner gets used.
Janet, what a lovely image.
Yeah, projectile vomit. I think.
The whole world.
Yeah, but they get up, they're grumpy or whatever, or they come home from work and they're like, and then they just throw it at their partner straight away. So the partner becomes like Pavlov's dogs, the training of a dog with a bell, you know.
Yeah.
Feed them food, they salivate, or put food near them, ring a bell. So you no longer need the food, you just do the bell and they salivate. That was the experiment.
Yeah.
That the partner just sees your face and they automatically get angry. Because that's what they used to do, or you see your partner's face, you automatically get angry.
Awful,
That's
isn't it?
the associations we make, yeah. So unless you break your own patterns, that's why people have this weird crap with somebody. They've not said anything or done anything, they've just got this pattern of behaving around them in a certain way, and then it becomes default.
Yeah.
So
and usually nothing to do with them, right? Like when you're grumpy, it's like your own shit. Like why would you put that on somebody else?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So projectile vomit, pimping, gazing at the sun, being a puppy. Are the key lessons of today's show? No.
Key lessons. Oh yeah, guys, it's nearly an hour. Yeah, we better wrap up, right?
Well,
Last time we did it way too long.
We're going to go just for the hour because it makes it easier for Sabina's call, putting it on Instagram, and I know it has to be an hour maximum. So, anything kind of up with you, girl? You just want to finish up our chat with?
No, I'm all good actually. I think it's all good. Just be kind to each other, people. Be nice. Don't spill your stuff on others. Be aware. Slow down.
Slow down.
Be happy.
Take a pause.
Recharge. Do some lovely things for yourselves.
Turn off your device. Leave it at home when you go for a walk. Even that can be a simple thing for people that, because there is an addiction to it in terms of it's a chemical release in the body, dopamine. Like I said, the rats will kill themselves for it, so humans do it the same way. It's just go, like for example, if you go to the shop, leave your phone at home, because you used to go out to the shops without your phone. The chances of you breaking down are probably pretty remote. Or if you're walking to the shop, then let's assume you're going to make it in one piece, or that somebody else might have a phone if there's an emergency. It's like, come on, just literally stop weaning yourself off. And some people it's going to be cold turkey, and some others it's going to be, and just see.
You just start 1 hour a day, right? That's nice and easy, and build up on it.
Yeah, and just start to get. And it's just not like you have to do this. It's just an invitation to something different.
Yeah.
But the lockdowns give us enough time for most of us to have a bit more breathing space and just like, What do I want to have still? And yeah, basically, what's running the show? You or the things around you?
Yeah. That's
Who's
what
the
it is.
master? Who's the slave?
Who's the pimp?
Who's the pimp? If your device, if the fridge, if the kids,
Yeah.
if the husband, the wife, the girlfriend, the job, the laptop, whatever, the book, even things we think are good for us, Oh yeah, let's go do some exercise. Really? Do you, like if you ever just moved around like a child does, because when you're not tied down to things, like I've found myself moving around and I'll end up doing some stretching and just like dancing. It's just like little kids do. They just move their bodies. It's not a preset. I've suddenly realised that my body feels more agile because I've just done that. And not that I sat down and said I'm going to do half an hour's workout. I just played with just being with myself. And you might find, a lot of things that you think you have to structure in your day become less relevant. And I can't tell. It's your own experiment. Each person's going to have a different experiment.
Yeah, and they give us some feedback. If you do it, try it. We want to hear it. That would be quite nice, actually. Yeah, maybe comment under this video. We always see the comments anyway. So yeah, give it a try. See what comes up for you.
Yeah. And also with the food thing, just as a last party thing, I'll be on a week, probably so today's day one, through till Saturday, I'll fast. But I'm really aware that I found myself going, oh, Saturday, I'll eat. And I'm like, what's that? I'm projecting to the future. Oh, I get to eat on Saturday. What am I making important about? I'm like, oh, come back. Come back. Because 99% of the time, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that, because I've really sat down and I spent a little bit of time thinking about that. The food never tastes the way I think it's going to taste. It's hardly ever as good as my projection. Sometimes it is, but it's hardly ever. I'm like, oh my God.
Interesting.
The anticipation, and this is probably a bigger conversation than we're going to have now, but the anticipation or whatever that dopamine releases, whatever that is, creates this pretty picture that we then lust after, and then when we get there, it's like, oh, maybe, it's not up to it. It's not the same image. It's like, oh my God. So if we live a life like that, oh, when I get this job, or when I get this guy, or when I get this house, like we project that's going to be the thing. It's going to feel amazing. And then,
it's expectations, isn't it?
And that it's going to be the thing, and then it never is. And guess what? You've just invested how much of your life?
It never works when you have expectations. Always end up disappointed.
Expectation, and also the projection that it's going to be a certain thing, and it's so rarely that certain thing. It's so rarely matching, which is why otherwise we'd all be happy with the first car we ever had, or the first. We were like so excited to get it, and then we're like, oh. So it really is that if you're not enjoying this moment, if you're not present with this moment, and letting all the lovely things seep in, that stuff you're chasing is never going to give it to you. We know this, but just maybe we've got a bit more time to be with it and be real.
Yeah, go and sit in nature or something, and just
go smell a flower.
Or whatever works for you, right?
Yeah.
These things can be different for everybody.
Yeah.
For me, it's sitting in the middle of the forest and just looking around and listening to all the things around me.
Yeah. Or just sitting out in your garden if you've got a garden, or looking out the window and just be present with it. Just no timer, no have to go anywhere else. And notice if you get the pull to move away because you think you should be. Just when you start to notice these things, it gets much easier to choose what you want rather than being at the effect like a puppet. And you become the puppet master.
That's a really good one as well. Like that keeps on popping up for me as well when I sit down. Like, oh, I should be doing this. Like, no. All you should be doing is sitting here, doing nothing.
Yeah. Become the puppet master.
Become the puppet master. We shall love you and leave you guys. Thank you so much for being with us and joining us. And hopefully you get some pearls out of this as well. And if not, that's okay too.
Yeah,
lovely to absolutely.
See you. Yeah, thanks guys, and thanks everybody that joined us. Obviously, any comments after this has been broadcast, and also, we'll put the YouTube channel in the comments or at the top, and feel free to pass that on to people that prefer YouTube. Enjoy the adventure, man. Just be a little uncomfortable.
Yes.
And have fun. Take care. Thank you,
Have
Janet,
fun.
darling. Thank
you. Bye, everybody. Sending
Let's
lots of love.
go.
Bye.
Bye, baby. Bye-bye. End it.